Let's go. Right, what we doing? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go now. So we're gonna try and refine our gacha tutorial, tidy up all our folders, and then hopefully we can get it published up on Fab so that people can download and use it. We'll make it available for our YouTube members as well. So thought while I'm doing that, I may as well stream it as well. It's gonna be a pretty boring watch, unfortunately, because it'll just be moving assets, renaming assets, deleting a bunch of gunk, optimizing a little bit from stuff that's in there as well. And probably a lot of crashes too, because that's what happens when you start moving around assets inside Unreal, which is really frustrating, but nothing that we can really do about it. So currently we're using a bunch of Fab assets, and we need to change those to be CCO assets, which is commercial license free assets. And if we don't change them, then Fab will be like, nah mate, you can't publish because you're like stealing other people's work, which is completely fair, but they're like that if someone has also made it free in their like asset as well. But then I suppose people can change their mind. We've seen a few recent episodes where people have put their asset up for free and then changed their mind and started purchasing, like asking people to pay for it. So it does make some sense, but it is pretty annoying that it happens. And it's pretty annoying Fab, especially when like Fab has these rules on permanent free collection. So like there's people that are always going to be free, or supposedly all going to be free, but Fab has said that you can't include those in your assets in case they're not always free. It's such a weird thing. Couldn't rename this, couldn't rename that, that's fine. Go on, there we go. But did you move it? Okay, so they moved it. All these Paragon assets are like great because they're free, but they take up so much room. So all of these are free. Let's get that saved so that we've got those folders saved. It's gonna fail. And working in Unreal, it's a labor of love, right? You gotta love it because sometimes it just makes no sense. Want to become a good game dev or want to be hired by a game studio? I'm currently learning Unreal Engine. Could you give me any suggestions? Yeah, man. Like, game studios focus on one thing, but to be an indie dev, you want to focus on everything because you're on your own. So if you want to be hired by a game studio, then you need to focus on one thing with a little taste of everything else as well, and you need to focus on the thing that's going to get you hired, which is a bit difficult at the minute because everyone is laying off stuff. I don't know why I just tried to do the same thing twice. That was a bit silly. So studios at the minute are struggling and like cutting stuff, so it's a hard time to get into the industry for sure. But if you can have a good portfolio behind you, then that helps. So start making stuff in the vein of what you want to be. So if you want to be an animator, you want to make lots of animations. If you want to be a programmer, you need to program mechanics like inventories and just take mechanics from other games and program them. And if you want to be a sound designer, you need to start looking into meta sounds, etc. So you need to focus on what you want to like be when you get into the industry. Like you're aiming for the job that you want, not the job you have currently, as it were. Is this going to break up? Why? Why did you choose Unreal and not Unity? It was the first thing I picked up, and I liked the look of blueprints as opposed to actual code. I code for work. So if I code for work, I don't want to then turn on my computer and like have to code something else in a similar language. Like, it would be easier, but it doesn't feel like progression for me. Whereas this way I expose myself, no, not a dirty joke, to different programming languages and different ways of working, and Unreal just looks prettier. Your focus is mainly on programming, then yeah, you want to have a good understanding of programming basics, like object-oriented programming. You want to have a understanding of like smart goals. That's not really a programming thing, but replication for multiplayer stuff, and yeah, programming is quite broad. But you want to showcase what you can do. Just want to move this file into here. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, I hate Unreal's like file management thing, but I don't want to do it outside of here in case I break it. So if could make a small multiplayer game, will I have a good chance? I think everyone has a good chance to do stuff. So it all depends on what you want to do. You should your end goal shouldn't be can I get a job in this, because like you could be chasing that for years and against some really talented people. Your goal should be, am I having fun with this? Is this fulfilling in myself? Like, this is a free piece of software. You can use whatever you want. But if you're looking solely for a job, then I'd start chasing down qualifications and doing some sort of professional development. And a lot of it's going to be, like I say, those things that aren't mentioned very much in YouTube tutorials, like object-oriented programming and I'm trying to think of them and I can't think of them in my head. I hold a whole list of them a second ago. But if you make a multiplayer game, then you might not even need to get hired by a studio, because they could be coming for you, really, to look at what you're doing. How am I doing? By the way, I'm also working on my wife watching your stream, and thank you for all the help. Oh, it's all good, man. I appreciate you watching. Thanks for all your support. I ain't done a stream in a little while. What normally happens is I don't tend to do much work and spend most of my time chatting. So I don't know what people are expecting. Dear Fireball, we need to fix this icon, and I don't think I've got any good icons. Custom metahuman clothing and mocap is super difficult nowadays. So mocap's a really low bar at the moment, though, because like people like mocap suits exist, right? These are going to be the worst possible icons ever, but let's take those 5. But yeah, I presume custom clothing is a right pain in the butt to do. Character icons. Let's move those over. Plenty of people are using Unreal 4 to make a game. There's a really cool game dev on YouTube using UE4. I can't remember what it's called. It's called Feline something or other. Let me see. Project Feline. That's what it's called. Raymond Cripps. So this guy uses UE4 to make his game, just some sort of anime inspired game. Like he's still using UE4. He's doing really well. I don't. Unless you need the new stuff, I probably wouldn't worry. As long as you're comfortable in the system, then that's what matters, right? Your understanding matters way more than the software that you use. Character assets, Gideon. This guy gets an icon. Not a massive fan of horror games personally, but they do have their place, and like people do enjoy them. So just open all these assets at the top so I can move through them. That was a mistake. Sparrow. This guy. There we go. We got our assets back.
Very good.
Yeah, man, I haven't spoken to him. He seems like a sound guy. Right, let's improve that slightly. But he's been working on his game for ages, and still in Unreal Engine 4. I'm going to keep getting these error messages to restart the engine. Okay. Let's restart the engine, get rid of these error messages because they're going to just upset me. And while I'm there, I will also shift these. To publish anything on Fab, you've got to have a really specific setup of your file system. So now I've done this like a few times. I know roughly what it is, but I'm still going to submit it, and I'm still going to get like sent back. Let's replace those files. No. Don't crash me out. Broken my entire project because I wanted to move something. Oh, thank God. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that fixes what I need fixing. What is this thing about horror games? So, people tell me that horror games are easiest to make, and they do like really well. Well, that's funny, but also not. Okay. Why have we broken Gideon? That's cool, man. You don't need to stick around. Just join, then leave, and like just do what you need to. It's all good. I appreciate you sticking around. Ah, there we go. Right. Head. Where's his body? Legs. What's the difference between his skin and the material? Oh my god. Started to regret. Moving this outside of the engine. That could have been better. Portal. Well, we've just broke our entire project, so that's good fun. What if I fix the redirectors on this? Yeah, when eating and exercising is something that I should definitely be doing, but have not been focused on too many other things. Man. There's just not enough time in the day to do everything. Well, we kind of fixed him, but also not really. So I can change him to be. Oh man, how many different materials make up this guy? There we go. So we can just make him a fun skeletal character instead.
Oh, yes, good.
That makes more sense. Right, data asset. He's got a firewall. Firewall doesn't have any spawning sets. And I want this trail. Gotta love it when the shaders don't compile. Okay, so right, let's fully fix our characters. All of these are fine. All of these are fine. This here is fine. He's got a thing now, which means I can go back to characters. To be fair, we could just add in a bunch of different characters. Blueprints, character assets. We could do not the battery name. So this is Gideon Pirate. Right, then we've got Gideon Devil. So if I rename this Gideon pirate. So I'm going to get told off when I publish this on Fab because I've not put BP in front of it. But like I got this from Fab, so it doesn't have BP in front of it. Gideon pirate, BP Gideon, devil, and then change that to that. Then we can view him, compile and save that. Go back to our controller, third person, blueprints. Did I not save this? I should definitely save this. Add to favorites. There we go. Blueprints, third person controller. Hey, what are we developing today? So I need to put, well, I don't need to, but I'm going to put the big 6-hour tutorial, the project files on Fab. And to do that, then we would need to take out all the assets that we use that aren't of like Fab standards. Fab standards are debatable, but we don't want to get caught and have to enter some argument with Fab. Gideon, devil. So we call him Evil Gideon. So here we have Mr. Pirate Gideon. Here we have.
Very good.
Well, it should be Evil Gideon, but it's not. Gideon Devil. Oh, because we've not changed this to Gideon Pirate Devil. There we go. Normal Gideon.
Wise decision.
Devil Gideon.
Excellent. Ooh, I like that.
So we can have the same character but different. And that improves our roster, which is cool. Right, so that's one of them sorted. Character assets. Called this guy Calimari, but that's probably not his actual name. Chimera. What? So I don't know why the anim blueprint for him is not coming on. There we go. Oh, that's funny. He's wearing someone else's. Do we just not have any of the materials for this guy? I mean, all of his materials are here, but it doesn't show. Okay. This is why oh, we're gonna crash. No? Okay. This is why you shouldn't use the file structure. You should try and move everything within Unreal, because I wouldn't have this problem. Okay, well, that hates that, so that's annoying. But that's fine, because we can delete and re-download him. Yeah. God damn it. Okay, so fab. Yeah, I'll probably like use different skins for it. I like this one. This one's funny. But I could have all of these skins as all different characters that you can play as using the thing, so it's not a huge issue. Like, you saw how easy it was just to add a new character to it. We just duplicate it and change the blueprint. That's it. And then we get a different character. So the whole thing is super simple. Well, I say simple. Right. What we could do is on begin play. We could get our third person character. And then get our third person controller. Don't actually need any of this stuff. Just want this and this. Control C. And we've got what, party switcher, and that has our IA slots in. Do this, do this. And then we want the character switching inputs. Duplicate the IMC. IMC character switching. And then we'll delete jump. Did not mean to delete all of them. Got a bit trigger happy. Look, we delete the base attacks, abilities, and ability. Save that. And then slot 1, 2, 4 goes in character switching input. And then inside our switcher, we want to use character switching. This can go here as long as this is valid. And that should be fine, because you can stack input mappings on top of each other. Yeah, because there isn't a player character. Yeah, so this whole thing got corrupted. That's annoying. So now I'll go here.
Very good.
And we go to. We can still switch our characters.
Good. Wise decision. Excellent. Very wise decision.
That needs to be fixed. We need to fix that. So yeah, that's something that not a lot of people like know or show, is that you can literally just like stack your input map pins on top of each other. So if you want something to be super modular, or if you like, I use components a lot, try this again. Move here. I use components hell of a lot. And so in my components, they control like, attacks. So I just have the attack input map in context. With the GIF. That's a lot of errors. How did I learn game dev? A lot of YouTube tutorials, and I'll tell one lie. Stephen Ulibari's blueprint course. So like I did a couple of course like YouTube videos, like make your full game in YouTube and stuff. And then once I realized that, oh yeah, I do like this is something for me, then I think I spent like 10 quid on Stephen's tutorial where you make 4 games. So this it's been tough, but if you look back on my channel, you'll see the first video I ever made, and that's when I started, and you'll see that I didn't really know how to make videos for a start, and second, I didn't really like do very much. Can you ask me a question? My tutorial on weapon system, the gas one, you can make it in first person because there's nothing on the camera that would be an issue. Yeah, no, you should be able to make it in first person. It's nice to talk to someone as good as you. I don't think I'm good. Can get pretty low. You're right. It is a very solitary thing. Like I'm lucky because I found some people to like chat to. Like, one of the first things I did when I started Game Dev was I put together a little focus group of just some people to speak to like, every week, and it held everyone accountable. Will I continue with what? Sorry, the weapon system. Yeah, when I find the time to do stuff, because GASP is complicated and annoying. There's not many people doing game animation sample project tutorials, so I have to make it, break it, figure out what the issues are with it, and then carry on really. In regards to the weapon system is pretty done. There's a few bits on there that I'd like, but yeah, for the most part, you can swap weapons. It's completely, it's not modular, but it's scalable. Is it modular? Yeah, to a degree, it's modular. You can move around the fire stuff and everything, but it's certainly scalable. You can just add new weapons to it in the right places, and it will do. This can go away. Can I add an AI teammate to the weapon system? No, it's not on the list of things to add. There's a roadmap for that project. For it. I think the thing with that project that I was just debating and a bit more like, what can I do about it? Is I don't want to do these really, I don't want to say boring, but videos that have been done like a lot, such as like adding a health system to it. Like people have been doing health system videos for ages. I want to do the different stuff, the harder stuff, the stuff that probably isn't going to do well on videos, but I've never really cared about doing well on videos. I just care about having fun. That's settings. the wrong one. That's the right. Level start. No. Might have been a bit overzealous with deleting something.
Excellent.
Let's go back to our controller. So I now can't look around. There we go. I fixed the look.
Ooh, I like that.
And then we got this guy as well. Beautiful. So now, clicking on characters when I shouldn't be clicking on characters. They can go there. Any tips to learn UE5? Ooh, that's a question I get asked a lot. Yeah, I do. So obviously you got YouTube and that's all gravy. But you want to be going on to Fab as well. And scrolling down. First off, you should be redeeming these every 2 weeks, these free assets, just to start building up your library. They're every 2 weeks, like download them. You don't download them, you just add them to your library and that's it. But then you've got all the free content as well, and this can be hit or miss. But you'll have stuff in here like a jump pad system. You'll be able to download it and see the blueprints that is going on. And what I suggest you do is put a print string in where you want to see. So like if you want to see how something works, you put a print string in just to see when that thing is triggering what you're doing. And that's sort of how you're going to pick it up. You're going to pick it up by doing just, yeah, there's not really a huge amount. It's just just by repeated doing. So I could tell you what nodes do, but it's not going to mean anything to you because it's just not going to mean anything to you. So by doing, you build that muscle memory. So for the first few times, you just follow the tutorial as the tutorial is, and then for the next time, you start to become a bit more critical of it. And I didn't know that. Yep. Alright, we're going to validate all those assets. Yeah, you become a bit more critical of it and understand it a bit better. And validate. And you just keep building your experience like that. It's not a quick process. There's no like proper answer to stuff. But now with sort of ChatGPT and like Claude and stuff, and 5.7's releasing their own AI assistant, you can just ask that questions about specific nodes. So like, what does a branch do and other stuff. But if you start asking, make me a inventory system, they're just not at that stage yet, and you won't understand it either. So you want to be building it yourself to build that muscle memory. I can dart around a project and press a bunch of buttons and stuff, and you'll have no idea what I'm doing. But I've done this now for a little while, so I'm comfortable like breaking my own stuff and moving stuff around. But yeah, free projects like this, like the ones that I've got on my profile, like stamina systems and health systems, they'll teach you how to do stuff in a way that is, I say, profitable with sarcasm sort of thing. But these are all pretty basic systems that you can use. That's what I was doing actually. That is bright. I need some icons. Need some like spell icons. Nope. All of these are in the public domain, so that's fine. Spell icons. That's all good, man. Like, you're not on your game dev is super on your own feeling. You're either on your own or you're looking at the guy who's published so many things, and that in itself is like tough because you're then comparing yourself to someone else. So that's difficult. But one of the biggest things is document your progress, or like looking back at where you've come from before. It's like after a month or whatever. That'll do. Like, they're not very good, but do for what we want. So did this person just take some of the spells already here? Maybe. But these are covered by a better license. Okay, let's grab those. Yep. So then we have, which one did we get? We got 1, 2. This is 3. And they're all covered under CCO stuff, so I can use them for a fab asset. Sweet. Let's check what these are like. What? Why are they like colors? That's weird. Okay. Large icons there. That's a good fireball. We like that fireball. Once this is done, then we can start moving stuff across. That's pretty good for where we can use that. Okay, there's a lot of good ones here, actually. But I need to make a list of the license. Okay. Because when you're using CCO stuff, you have to give credit to people, which I'm not bothered about giving credit to people. Credit is, people deserve credit for providing free assets. Come on. But like all of the fab stuff, you have to have this demo folder in here, and then your actual work in a separate folder, which means I've got to move all these assets somewhere else. but that breaks them because these Paragon assets are absolutely massive. These assets are like 2 or 3 gigs each, mainly due to all of the sound bites that are in there, but and Unreal doesn't tend to like move in folders very often. So hopefully we should be able to get this all finished and then get this put up on Fab so that people can use it. And then they have a choice of either buying it or watching the big tutorial for this system. Oh, blimey, come on, man. How boring. Come on. Right. While that's going, let's have a look at some of the free stuff that we need to do. Fab testing ground. So what happens often is that I'll do a recap free video for people that are looking for what's been good for free for the past few months or days or whatever. And at the minute, I think I've been pretty lax because I've missed about 30 of them. So I'm just going through them now to see what's good. So I think I've already used this one, so I know about it, but I think this one's actually really decent. So this is Arrow Trails. This is free on Fab at the minute. That's cool. And then Easy Note is Easy Note's made by the same people that did the third person viewing stuff. Is there no level in here? There we go. So this is made by Tree. And this guy's solid. Like, I like this guy's stuff. Chances are, though, I've not put the right world settings on. Game mode. There we go. BP first person. So that's cool. Ooh. Nice little sound effect. Do like how the text pops in and out. Some nice animation on that would be like solid. Like, that seems simple enough. Right. So does this mean I can now shift this over here? Oh, obviously not. That would be too easy, wouldn't it? Okay. Third person. These are our character switching inputs. We've got our blueprints. Got our abilities. Spells are abilities. And then we want spell icons. And let's import. We want the fire ones. Where's the fire? There we go. paste file. It's one. Maybe the ice sky. Yep, that'll do for another one. And then heal. Heal will do. And then we'll do the fireball as well. Sweet. Okay, so fireball has this one. And again, I just should have opened all of these. Floor fire, heal, lightning ball, water ball. Okay. Fireball, floor fire. It's that one. Heal is that one. And then water ball would have this. There we go.
Very good.
So those look loads better. Now currently we don't actually have any decent visual effects. What the heck is that? So what if I change it to that? It still doesn't like it. Is it possible to build an entire game without knowing how to code? Yeah, certainly, without a doubt. If you mean like without knowing how to code by the end of it, no, not at all. Like you'll need to know some sort of code to like finish it. If you're asking is it possible to start from zero and then do a game, then yeah, 100%. It's all about how willing you are to learn and the time that you put into it. Game dev is one of those things. It's the more you put into it, the more you get out of it, and the more knowledge that you gain. And at the same time, it's as deep as you want it to be, or as shallow as you want it to be. Like you can make a really simple game, or you can try and make the next like GTA, but you've got to temper your expectations because you're just one person, and that's sort of down to what you want to do. So without knowing significantly more about what you're trying to do, sort of thing, it'd be hard to know. I'm looking for a lightning type effect, and I don't think I've got one in this icons pack. Oh, this one will do. But it's just one ball. I don't want like a million different balls. That's a tough one. I don't think it matters that much. But Mark, how's it going, mate? Are you alright? You doing good, pal? I want to do. And lightning ball. Lightning ball. There we go. We need visual effects. And I had visual effects, but then moving the visual effects broke the visual effects. What's that about? moving stuff so that we can satisfy Fab's weird rules. It's beyond frustrating. Oh, definitely shouldn't have done that. What's your stream been about today, mate? Oh, I don't know. It's been about watching this bar go from 0 to 100 because deleting assets and moving assets takes the actual mick. Oh, look. How many times have you seen this bar today? Too many to count. While that's going, let's keep looking through our next video. Systems. That will showcase. There's this free asset that's a pumpkin, and I think that hopefully, if it's as good as I think it'll be, it's going to be pretty awesome. That's sick. Check out the animations. That don't exist. What? Been robbed. That's so cool, man. That's gonna look mint in someone's game. Yeah, forced to delete that. Crash our computer while it does it. No? Okay. What other animations are for this? Jump in place, tongue idle. Is it like a move one? Does it walk? That might be the creepiest thing. Does. Not sure how I feel about that. It's kind of creepy. Thoughts on that one? That's so well done. What else is on here? There is a habit at the minute, which is really frustrating, of on Fab, people are putting their characters up, which is cool. But then, so like this Jester character, I was like, oh, this looks sick. I want to see what this is like. But it doesn't have a skeleton. It's just like a static mesh. Like, what good is that for me? So yeah, just a static mesh of a Jester. But I can't animate it. I can't do anything with it. I'd have to rig it and all sorts. It's just really frustrating. Same with this. But then like the scale on this one's super bad. So yeah, a bit frustrating. What else we got on here? Some stylized fire. That's cool to get for free. And then there's the Launchpad demo. I did that first. Cool, okay. Let's see what this Launchpad does. That's fun. It registers on the what's the I like playable demos. What's the settings on this? Launch velocity, do not activate on fall entry. Whoa. Okay, wait a sec. Wait a second. Nice. So this one tries to get you to the trajectory. That's cool. Right. That's what I was actually trying to do. Matches. Korean. There. Traditional patterns. Because this is a CCO one, which means I can use this for anybody. I can even claim that it's mine, but I never do. You gotta use it though, right? It's a pretty cool pack, actually. Loads of stuff in here. Right. Blueprints. Abilities. Receive notify. Get a component by class. Yep. Cast spell. Gets the abilities. Component. And casts. Spell. Time given in the montage. Yep. What kind of games do you think are good for the market today? Wow. It's going to depend on you and what you're capable of. Like rage bait and streamer games do well because like streamers play them. So that's why Only Up did well. That's why Chain Together did well. I just games like that are hit a certain market and certain demographic. Horror games are easy enough to make. Like platformers are simple to make and can do well. Look at Silksong. So it all depends on what you can make and what you like playing. You think about it, you're not the only person in the world who's gonna like playing what you make, right? You'd have to think you're a very special person to think the only person in the world who enjoys one type of thing. There's lots of people that are like you. So you make something that you like, other people are gonna like it. And sadly, history in the case seems to be that your first game is always a flop anyway. Because you learn more as you go, and you constantly learning and you constantly evolving. Ability type to search for socket. So we're seeing an uptick of like simulator games at the minute, like TCG Simulator and Supermarket Simulator and stuff like that. So if you can or you know how to make those games, then those games are cool. But it all depends on what you want to make. If you want to make a horror game, then make a horror game. Because you're more likely to finish something that you actually want to make and want to play than you are to like try and make a top-down roguelike if you're not interested in making that. So mate, I do live That's what I've been doing. That's why I've not been on the internet. You say that, but I just dropped a 6-hour video, man. So I've been like working on stuff. Yeah, I'm alive. I have a uni project due that's between 10 and 20,000 words, and that's due in February, which sounds ages away, but it really is not. And so I need to focus on that, or I'm going to be in trouble at some point. But we'll still keep doing what we're doing. But yeah, it has been a while in terms of like a stream. But streaming's fun, but I only do it so that I can have something to do while I'm trying to do other stuff as well. Like I don't plan a stream or anything. Yeah, man, go for it. I saw some of your videos. I hope that they're doing as well as you want them to do. Like, have exceeded your expectation. You'll always have that YouTube video that you publish, and you're like, oh yeah, this one's gonna do really well. And then it's like bombs. It's just one of them. I just laugh it off and go, okay, moving on to the next one. I think I've got like 3 or 4 videos that I expected to do better than what they did, and they didn't. And you're just like, okay, well, that was a lesson learned, but at least I was happy to make that video. Go about that. How come renaming an asset takes so long when I can just press F2 and rename it myself? Okay, well, while it's doing that. Testing ground. So the launchpad stuff is cool. I like that we got all these different options. The sound is pretty nice. Do not activate on full. Launch velocity. Jump pad, anim time. Okay. It could be like more animated, I suppose, but it's a free asset that's quite basic. It's fun. This one's what I want. Villager AI. What do we think this one's going to be like? Oh yeah, it's finished. So now does this work? If I put this in the level, have I fixed the problem that I had before? Look at that. It's amazing. The world is saved. More project. She lives. Right, okay. So now I can go third person, blueprints, abilities, spells or abilities, DA firewall. It's a projectile, speed, rail. Put it at that one for 10 seconds. Like, these effects are cool, but they all go to the right. Like, that's... And if we look at the blueprint's going to go straight forward. Third person, blueprints, ability, spells or ability. Spear. Yeah, look. It doesn't stick with my ting. Don't know why. I do know why. Right, so we want to rotate that by 90 degrees. Yeah, 4 videos a day. I tried that once. Did not go as I wanted it to go. I just make the video that's in front of me. I don't. Well, I have some plans, but try not to plan too much. Hmm. Construction script of BP class. Like this should be attaching itself. Oh, wait a sec. Silly. Got it in the wrong spot. Okay. Why? That's the moving one. Save that. Base spell. We've got activated VFX. No. Moving VFX, yes. Activated VFX, no. Fire SFX, yes. And then in BP, hit VFX, hit SFX, and damage. Yeah, well, there's no reason that 2 should spawn. What? No, assets are an evil that I didn't realize either. Assets are a pain, like getting them. That's why you want to use as many like free ones as you can. So like, all the Paragon ones are pretty decent. Mix them over a base would be fine, but it's not great. Nothing's happening in the construction script. Is that just how this asset is? Because that's gonna suck. It's just rotated 90. It's just rotated 90 degrees, but there's no way of modeling a Niagara system, is there? I'm gonna try something completely ridiculous. There's no way that that works. No, surely not. Spell. And then minus 90 the rotation here. There we go. It works. It's not great, but it works. And it will satisfy the VFX criteria. No, it didn't really work. It's a bit of a weird one. Let's make sure that our enemy.
Wise decision.
That'll do. That'll do. Okay. Like I could have another one. But they're just too big, man. Maybe just have it there. Access spawns in the wrong place. Yeah, no, we don't need. That's wrong. We do need a hit one. We don't need a spawny one. And it's like a boop. Game. I'm not working on a game, mate. I'm working on a fab asset. Yeah, we're trying to put the fab asset of the gacha system live so that we can let people choose if they want to learn it for free using the big video or if they are wanting to do it that way. You concentrate on driving, man. Like it ain't that deep. Like concentrate on driving. What you'll notice is that my actual silliness of being able to type fast gets me in trouble because I can't spell. So that's our cast done here. So I'm giving it the montage. Can spell. Yep. This is line trace. No. This ends the line trace. Let's just copy that so I don't have to rewrite again. Paste that there. And this ends the line trace. Right. Starts a line trace at the given anim notify. Finds the requested attack. Go. And then this is the start and end location. Trace. Sword tip. Peace. Floor fight is pretty easy. Do want to create a manager for the visual effects stuff. I think that would be better to have like something that just manages visual effects and sound effects. Let's do this one. Yeah, well, that didn't work. It's because I'm pressing the wrong button. T. Damn, son. That's decent enough. Heal is simple. But still doesn't go to the floor. Yeah, these are, to say these are free, they're pretty solid. That's the move. But they're pretty limited in terms of what they do. But they'll do in a pinch. But they're the only ones that you can really use for putting an asset on Fab, because you have to use CC0 free assets. I still don't think I am, man, but I appreciate the sentiment. I still just think I'm a bloke, mate, just doing Unreal for a Google and then speaking to people because it's fun. Lightning ball, water ball. Maybe that one. Now I've got to remember what button I put on my abilities. That's the other thing that we want to do. We want to grab our there's our abilities. No, man, let's start. I mean, I thank you very much for the money and the donation. You're like, you're the goat. You're the goat. Yeah. I still can't. I can't say it. It doesn't feel right for me to say. Like, if I say it, yeah, I just can't. I can't say it. It's not in me. We want the ability inputs. And then characters. Nope. Input. That needs to go somewhere else. I mean, you don't have to give me anything cool, mate. Honestly, I'm happy with. Like, I'm just happy. But I do appreciate what you have given. That is. That is. Let me see. So that is 10k YouTube views. Get about like just a pound a view, pound every 1,000 views. So yeah, 10k. Oh, mate, no, man, because like you could be spending that on other stuff. Like that's it's a lot to me. Ability inputs. What? IMC ability inputs. You want to like build proper modular systems that people don't have to like worry about. Because one of the things is you move a system to another system and it uses an IMC, and then your IMCs are named the same. So a lot of people use default, so like IMC default and stuff. Then like make sure you add a separate IMC or a separate name so it doesn't overwrite or have problems with. Blueprints, abilities, spells, or abilities. Of course, because I put it in components. Mate, the Freddo tax, man. The Freddo tax. Let's talk about an important topic here. The Freddo tax is something insane. Like, it's not even just like monetary value, it's also the size of them too. Like, why? If I'm paying more and getting less, I'm getting taken advantage of. Freddo. £1 Freddos? Mate, where are you? They still should be under a quid, surely. I haven't brought a Freddo in ages. I might have to nip to the shop in a sec, but like, they're surely under a quid still. I've got to check this out. Tesco. I need to know the price of a Freddo. Freddos are so expensive they don't get listed on. Here we go. I mean, if you're buying one of, they're 35p. Where are you going to make a Freddo a quid? 35p, mate, for a Freddo. Add ability. Happens. Mate, your guys buying them for 35p plus whatever, and then selling you to them for like billion quid by the sounds of it. Not bad, not bad. Nice. Yeah. That's good. As long as you know what you do is appreciate it. Yeah, mate, I know people appreciate what is being done. I'm still like the 10, 11-year-old kid who's like, oh my god, people give people money for doing this stuff. Like, it's mind blowing to me. Just, yeah, crazy. Abilities. I feel like I've gone into this part so much. I don't need that. Go to the construction script. What this spell system is really good. But I didn't do any aura stuff. Yeah, we can get rid of you. Don't crash my computer. Come on. Heal. This runs the stuff from here. This doesn't actually do anything, but we need it in. Move the lifespan somewhere else. Just leave that there. So this does damage as long as it's not equal to owner. Or so this is the bit that I don't like. I'm gonna have to create a reference to the third person character here. Or am I? BP, third person character. Because when you're swapping characters, you're swapping blueprints. But they'll still use the BP third person character as a blueprint. So you run the risk, right, when you swap a character, of standing in front of your own spell, and you're not the owner of that spell. You're the other blueprint. So you stand in front of that spell, you're still gonna get smacked around by it. And that is problematic. I wonder if I can show that. So like here,
Ooh, I like that.
I'm gonna cast this spell, swap to Chimera. And nothing happens. I should definitely be dying. BP heal, increase health. So they say, yeah. Because enemy is not a child. No, enemy is just a normal character. So that's fine. I'm going to hover icon for high ends using billboards. Okay. Now I'm thinking about calling a widget might have been a better thought. Billboard. What, like you walk up to something and something hovers over it. Yeah, I just would have used the widget, mate. Because I hate it when it does this. The other actor is, why is it disconnect? Like, I haven't asked it to disconnect anything. I just asked it to connect one more thing, and it disconnects. So like, that's why I can't test something. Yeah, so it didn't work. That's annoying.
Good.
Is child. Class is child of. Get class. Test class. Parent class is BP third person character. OT. That was silly. Because all of these are asking if it is, and I want not. So not ball.
Oh, yes. Good.
This should be an and. See, like, this is the bit where it's like, oh yeah, oh you're so good, you're amazing, and then I spend forever working out if something's an and. It's not an and. Okay. There we go. Calamari works. Just make sure that I wasn't an idiot. Put in third person blueprint. Is it first person character? Yeah. Should be. It's done the thing again where it disconnects the other actor to deal damage. And it kills them. Okay. So it is just this then, right? Give it a sec. It's fine. Oh man. Yeah. What? I should be pressing F8, but it's just easier for me to tab. It's just the habit that I've got used to that's really bad. Although I don't do it in videos. In videos, I'm like proper F8 to get me out of something. But in other stuff, I'm just like, yeah, just tab out. Spell configurations, that's what we need. And then we want lifespan. Take a look at that in a sec. I'm like, let's go. Let's go now. We'll go right now. We'll show everyone. I'll have a look at it in a sec. DA Fireball. Spell configuration. You gotta then come over here and save this, and then go to DA Fireball, and then you get lifespan. And then inside our base spell, set up to lifespan. Okay. Okay, so that will reduce that. Give it a breakpoint. Good made. That is, see, tabbing out. And that is too little, which is obvious when you think about it. Floor fire should be a 10-second. Yeah, no more damage. Right. Floor fire, lightning ball, all this stuff. Yes. Aiming reticle. It's got no code in it at all. This needs to be named properly. Aiming reticle. Image. Paste that. DA, PDA. Okay, what's this? Yeah, it made a thing to troll your players. I mean, yeah, whatever, like floats your boat or whatever. What's the short thing for texture? Is it just T? T. I'm not. I'm probably not going to do that. It sounds funny depending on what game it is. I'm playing a horror game and suddenly Rick Astor comes on to get me. I'm probably not going to be overly impressed, but. I was going with TXT. I don't know why I was going with TXT. Now see how easy it is. See what a computer Texas. That wasn't the first thing that came to our mind. I think only Americans think that the first thing is an American country. TEX was text, or TXT was text. Yeah, okay. Yeah, text for custom text makes sense. Yeah, do you want to see how easy it is to add a new spell? DA Fireball. Duplicate that. DA. What do we want? DA. Fireball, Water Ball, Lightning Ball, Poison Ball. Open it up. Add a different trail. Explosion. Probably shouldn't be called Poison Ball, but this will be Fairy Ball. It's a ball of fairy magic. Don't actually have anything for this. It's not actually called Poison Ball. Yeah, Fairy Ball. And then we add it to our character ability. Probably not the devil one, let's add it to the pyro one. That was it. We got a fairy ball and a poison ball. So easy. And so much easier than a, what's it called? Data table as well. Much more condensed. Now the problem is that I've now got to find an icon for the silly thing that I've just added. I'm just trying to avoid that. But lucky for me, this one will do. This one will do. Too many now. This one. That's in spell icon 3. Where's the fairy ball? I need to add it. Download spell icons 3. That'll do. I've added it to Gideon, like his burst attack. Yeah, updates here.
Wise decision.
Which is good. This should be a heal. Yeah. Okay, so we've got spell controller. This is finicky. There should be a component for line traces. There is. And this traces from one location, one socket to another socket every 0.01 seconds. because actors already hit in the swing process in the same, what's the wording? So an actor cannot be hit twice by same swing. Could collapse this into a function, might be cleaner. Here's actors to ignore. Till the next swing. No. And it. Well, I hope that makes sense. This is called the start of the identify state in the text. Put this in here. Custom event. This is definitely a function though. And then this will be the range. And then for return node, do we check if it's true or false? If that's true, then just pass the whole out hit back in. And then in spell controller, just add the line trace component and call the function that I've just created, which is camera to ground trace. Is that going to stop right here, or is that going to carry on? Better just to do that and make sure. Traces from the camera to the ground. based on the range. And that's that. Go on, why are you so funny, man? What's happened? What's made you giggle? My DMs. Okay. Oh. You know what would be like really useful, but I don't know how well it would do on Fab. All different line traces, and then all different like manager components as well. Just super lightweight manager components. Might do that actually. That might be super easy, quick win. Just the hit location teleports moves there. Spawns a new spell based on where the controller has stopped. Has triggered fire spell event and which is overwritten from the current base spell. I'll save. Check my DMs. I mean, I had to check for a second what was going on my account just to make sure that I was fine. So that was interesting. And I checked my what am I doing? DPC abilities. On begin play. Ash the owner's skeleton in other places. Mate, don't forget to like the stream. Shouldn't I be saying that? Shouldn't I every now and again be like, don't forget to like the stream, don't forget to subscribe? Don't forget to eat properly. Welcome to help out, shout out, and do whatever, man. I'm just happy to have people speak to while I do this really boring thing. Could just make this a macro and have 3 pins started, cancelled, and completed. What would that look like? Inputs, exec, exec, exec. Probably only need 2 pins. Yeah. One thing that's really been bothering me at the minute is this key part, so these enums. And you... Oh, that's interesting. So there's these options, right? Pass by ref. And if you untick it, you get this drop down. But if you don't untick it and keep it normal, then it's like a little pin key thing. And I don't ever want to use the pin key thing. Okay, so macro's not doing it for me. I hate having repeated code. Is ability slot. Is ultimate slot. Is ability slot 1. Functions to decide which montage to play. This component is used in both. Question: is there a story behind the profile picture? Yeah, but well, I mean, it was drawn by it was drawn by Atlas, so that's the profile picture. And the story behind it is there's a really bad film with Clive Owen. Well, I mean, it's a pig boar that's a king. Like it's King Boars, which is the Discord name and stuff. And pretty much every thing is King Boars. But the story behind it is there's a film, a really bad film, called King Arthur that I loved as a kid. Because what English kid doesn't like King Arthur? And there's a character in that played by Ray Winston called Bors. He's just a giant man who likes to fight, and I was always like, that's my hero, that's my guy. And so King Arthur for the film and Bors for the favorite character. And I rewatched that film so many times. But that's the story. Cast spell. We find the spell and we split it based on if the spell controller is valid. If that is valid, then we spawn the spell controller. This is horrible. This is checking for enemy stuff and making sure that if our enemies cast spells, then they come from just wherever they want to come from. No, if it's not valid, then it just comes from like that character. So I grab all this. Why did I do that? I did that because I can't use... No, that still goes to the same place. Why have I been daft here? Right, so instead of this, this is a select, which it checks if this is valid. No, that's why. That's why. I remember why. Because I then you can't pass in from a select, you can't pass in objects, or can you? Can you? This is type actor, but I want to change this pin to something else. To change pin type to be base spell class reference. Then I can put that into there. And if this is valid, then that's valid, and then that's valid. This is going to get worse before it gets better. Right, which then puts this is fine. But then this needs a select for the actor rotation based off this. Select this to be based off this. If that's true, then we use this, and if it's false, we use this. So then that's fine. Get owner is normal. This is fine. This is fine, so then I can get rid of this. Put that into there. Get rid of this. And then active spell can go in there. Don't crash. Fuck. Yeah, no, that's a crash. God damn it, man. Bollocks. Oh, we were doing so well. Doing so well. And suddenly we were not doing well. How much did we lose? That is the question. How much did we lose? I'm not even on Pie Switch, I'm on abilities. Ah. Lost all of the comments on that. Tip to get into is to save before you compile. And I just don't compile before I sleep. Right, select. Disconnect. Change the pin type. DP base spell class. This rotation, and everything else was the same. Save that, compile it, and it's all fine. I don't know why it didn't want to compile. And then that's all of that. Nice to see people use Unreal Engine 5. I mean, it's a pretty popular engine. There's a lot of people that do use it. I forgot completely what this goes to. Damn, son. So they go to the same thing. This one here and also here, and then get rid of this. There we go. God blimey. Ability type goes in here. Right, and now I can start tidying this up. So we've got in socket name. Duplicate that. Goes here. Then ability type goes there. So we can just promote this to a local variable. Then local variable there. There. Local variable here. Duplicate that. Oh wait, no. Duplicate that. There we go. Spaghetti de-spaghettified. This isn't even the worst one that I've done. Spell details. And then
Can you do what you need to do and then hop out, please?
got local spell details on there. And then this is checking if the owner has the component, because if not, then it's an enemy. Checks if owner has camera component. If not, likely enemy. But if they've got a camera for like doing a cool ending montage or whatever, then we need to take that into account. So if has camera for in use case of the execution, then use find by tag. So now everything will break because we've changed it from an event to a function. So an cast spell. I fully expected that to break. No? Okay. Well then, maybe it won't break. That could be interesting. If it doesn't break, then life is good. Oh lordy. Didn't break. And look, our character switching worked as well. Something did break.
Get now?
What broke? Camera to ground.
Yeah, but can you?
Okay. So inside our third person abilities, blueprints, spells or ability, spell BP, spell controller, target is going to be get owner. So that's good. So that's in our untrace component, spells component. Character assist doesn't really have anything to do. Abilities. So this is where we are at the minute. It's annoying that I've got to redo the comments on that. So this is a fun thing. It's that you can turn the tick of a component on and off using code. So like I only turn the tick component on as and when I need it, so that I can run the cooldown. Decrease cooldowns. Local cooldown. That'll do. Okay. Ooh. Save before we compile, so if we crash then we don't lose everything. Add cooldown to map only allows one unique name be added. Time, so no of adding. The same. Okay. And then it turns on the components tick to allow for reduction in cooldowns via the event tick. What do you mean? Decreases active cooldowns. Tick is default and is managed via code. Disable. What color do we put on comments? Like, what color do we like? Because this is meh. Do we put a special color? Red seems a bit. Like, do they need to be bright? Does colors help? I don't know. I think brighter colors are nicer, right? Isn't there a way of adding it to... Oh, there is. That. Activates spell abilities from the given slots. This is fine. So this plays the montages that the choose tax function selects based off the input requested as this component is shared between enemies and what's it called? Player characters. Because enemies manage their cooldowns via behavior tree, by state tree. and basic attacks managed via the combo code. This is like the most boring part of any blueprint stuff. But for Fab, like if I'm gonna be letting other people access this code, it needs to be readable, legible. Like they need to understand it, and the only way to do it is to leave comments on it. Registers, characters, abilities. Pretty good. Why? Characters on possess. But right, and then we've got choose attacks, which is a pain. So this checks if you've got a camera component, and if you do, like it sets your rotation so that you're rotating to the target, so you can't cast a spell behind you. Ability details. Or one touch. Oh, I still can't spell one touch. This is L cooldown duration. That. Right. This just caches, so I'll use the function what happens if the ability doesn't exist? Why make abilities in blueprints as C++? Because it's easier to make them in blueprints, and I don't want to use C++. Like I could use gas and build them in gas, but I just don't want to. Like I prefer a system that I understand myself. Like I understand all the ins and outs of this because I built it myself, and therefore when someone asks for help, I can help them. If it was gas, I'd have to like look at their code and understand what they were trying to get at. Whereas this is mine. It's going to be like each node to their own. If you were raised on like C++ and stuff, then gas might come second nature to you, but this for me is easier. Problem is, I can't spell. Not requested. So data asset exists side the checks if ability details data asset exists inside ability. That's a confusing sentence. What am I trying to say? Abilities. And the downside of blueprints is you have to use mouse a lot and remember a lot. I don't think you have to remember a lot. No, you might have to remember where something is, but you would have to remember that in C++ or use the search. I can search for things inside blueprints in C++ search and works. Plus I can copy paste from last projects. I can copy and paste all of my code from last projects. It's only I can migrate all of my stuff quite simply. I don't build in a way that creates dependencies upon other stuff. So, like, this abilities component, lost the thing, asset actions. I can migrate all of the code, and all it takes is my inputs, which I'm happy to take, and the abilities, data, and base spell. But if I change that to a soft reference, it won't take it. It might only take the base spell because it's already been asked for in here, but it's because it's been referenced here. And it's taking PDA abilities because it's been referenced here. If I change these to soft references and put a soft reference in here and then resolve it, I can do that, but I don't tend to do that until later. You gotta remind me of something. Okay. I mean, you add into my list, man. I've got to check out your dinosaur. I've got to now be reminded of something. Okay, see if ability details data asset exists inside ability. What am I trying to say? What am I checking here? PDA abilities. Character idiot. So we've got all these. Oh, okay. I know what I'm trying to check. So we've got all these abilities inside here, and then we're checking if there's an ability DLs. So it's not actually inside that, it's inside. Checks if a data asset exists inside the character ability. That's a mouthful, isn't it? The texture looks like an object. It looks pretty alright on the mesh. Just shocked at how decent it turned out. I mean, it should be right. I think anyone who can do assets and stuff is cool. For me, like code is simple and nice and easy, but so we're checking if the spell name for the ability details exists inside cooldowns. And if it does, then we can print string ability on cooldown. I mean, technically this is already did I? I did. I spelled characters wrong because I always spell characters wrong. And exists. God, man, I am not having a good day, am I? There we go. Okay. Fab don't care about spell checking. They don't spell check nothing. As long as it makes sense, then it's fine. There's so many spelling errors in my code, in general. Another reason I can't use C++, because at C++ everything has to be spelt pretty much like what they're doing. Checks the cooldown. Checks to see if cooldown is checks to see if a cooldown exists. Make sure I spell this right. Inside the map of current abilities on cooldown. So let's see. Yeah, I spelled everything wrong. Imagine bravery. Let's go. How you doing, mate? You good? Yeah, man. I mean, it is difficult to stream in code, no doubt. I'm not gonna make an excuse. I don't think of myself as a streamer. I barely think of myself as a game dev. But this is for an asset that is gonna go live on Fab. So that's what we're doing. Well, it's already encoded. It's the big 6-hour tutorial that I have not commented because I don't comment while I build stuff, which is poor showing on my part. But if I'm putting something on Fab, I want it to be as commented as possible so people can use it. Plus, it's a requirement on Fab. That is a long string to go over there. I'll bring this up here. So the actual thing has already been built. I just need to make sure that it's good enough to get on Fab, sort of thing. Halfway thinking about your game and then talking to someone, people just stream stuff. Two stage. Oh mate, what? Yeah, I mean you can refund my assets; they're all free, but you're not getting nothing from it. Is it going to be free? Probably not on this one. This one's quite a big one. It won't be expensive. It's probably going to be $9.99 for a standard license and $19.99 for a pro license. So it's not going to be crazy expensive. But there's still the option of watching the video, the 6-hour video, and getting it for free anyway. So I don't feel too bad charging for this one because like a lot of work went into the whole project, and like you still have the option of getting it for free. So I've not eliminated that option. But if you want to spend money, you can shortcut the process and have access to the project file, sort of thing. So. Cheaper than a Freddo. We've established that your place is ripping off you for Freddos, right? Like, so this checks to see way is rotated within 40 tolerance. And then I'm probably going to put this on YouTube members as well. So it will obviously be cheaper on YouTube members in the hopes that people stay member, because my memberships are already pretty cheap. Like, I think my most expensive membership is like $2.99. So I need to start uploading the project files there for people on the highest tier, but $2.99 is still, that might actually be cheaper than a Freddo. It sets the character's rotation to be same as the aiming rotation. Okay. Has carols? I don't think I do, mate. I don't think I do. But that's not to say that they didn't exist or anything. I just don't think I remembered them. Choose cast spell. Currency, begin play and tick, we don't need. Then see, this currently allows for like gold tickets, all sorts in the currency. Well, I'm thinking I'll just change this to gold. No, I'll just keep it as is. Candy. Chocolate bar. Print string. Requested. Let's see. Does not exist. Okay, so that's an interesting question. If they request it, then we just add it to it. But what if they request it? So right now, we don't have any currency. If I go to the player, but I've set up currency on the player. No, I've set up currency on the controller because the players switch. So if you want an overarching currency, this is where it gets difficult with a game that uses multiple characters, right? Because you have your characters that you're swapping in and out, but you're spawning like 2 or 3 of those blueprints. So if you've got something that needs to be overarching, then you need to make sure that you add it into a player character controller or into the game instance. So like it's pretty difficult. Not difficult, just different. I don't know why I called spawn and then spawn party. That seems a bit. Just call that direct. And then call create herd. Mate, you can't be referencing Bluey here, mate. Like that shows the bee's knees, mate. Don't need that anymore. Don't need these two. These two are fine. Mate, it's an institution, man. Active party, we get the active party, we spawn the party array. What's the footprint on this? Hey, no, that's not what we're not having a 1.6 gigabyte footprint. Okay. And that's because I'm doing that over there. I suppose it is the hood, so it's always going to be tightly coupled. Already in here, so I'm already passing it in here, but I also need to get it. Wait a sec, do I actually need to get it? No. Well, that saves me a job. Over here, so I actually don't need to pass that in. Just make sure that's all working. Yeah.
Oh yes, good.
That's what I thought. That's fine. So I don't actually need to pass that in because we're fetching it over here, but that doesn't affect the size, and the size map is looking at absolutely everyone. Can I change that to a soft reference? But then I'm resolving that soft reference anyway, so like but the stuff inside here can be, in fact no, because I'm only I'm gonna leave that for a sec to think about. Yeah, so this is tiny because everything's being handled in the hood, and the hood's large because the party data, which is already being loaded, already contains these 3 things. So it's a bit frustrating, but it's not the end of the world. These are about 500 megabytes each. The majority of them are materials, as usual. Madness. Absolute madness. Right, so what does this do? On creation. On widget. Creation. Create. Populate. Party. Nice and easy. There's party box ready for new additions. Do I pass in party data? We do. Okay. So this is where like you look at your code and you're like, why did I do it that way? And then we change a bunch of stuff. Not a bunch, but just enough for each loop through here. Yep, that all still works.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay. That makes this a bit simpler. Does that increase or decrease our HUD size? Keeps it exactly the same, which is what I fully expected. Mate, that's where I'm at with, so like, working on something and then going from one thing to another thing. That is where I'm at with AI at the minute. Like, I need to learn more about AI. I need to build like a good AI system. But if I'm just working on so many different things that every time I jump back into it, I'm lost. So there'll be a minute where I'd like sit down and I'm like, okay, I need to learn AI and get it to a point where I want it to be. And then I'll step away from it to do something else. And I'll forget it. And it's a right pain. Loops through active party and retrieves data to build data party slot that gets added to the party. So rather than AI creation, I meant like enemy AI, like attacks and strafing and what happens when it gets below X health and stuff. That gets added to the party slot. Yeah, man, I feel you, man. There's nothing that answers every question in the world. I'm thinking so like once I've done this and put this on, I was gonna make some basic AI behavior trees and put them on Fab, and then I'll have to do a state tree. But there's not many state tree systems that are on Fab at the moment at all, so I don't think I can make that free, because I think I think I'll be shooting myself in the foot if I make a state tree system and put it on Fab for free, and then have everyone download it and copy it. It'd be really annoying. So I'm not saying that that's happened. And retrieve data to build party slot that gets added to the party slot widget on the hood. Right, there we go. Party slot. Party slot's a bit annoying because the size map's really small, but it's still linked to this WBP health bar. No. It is, but that's small. BPC health, that's what I'm saying. It's linked to BPC health, which is like more than 50% of what it is. There's no other way of doing it in an event dispatcher unless... No, because I can't bind to anything. I don't think I can. Bind component tag. Yeah. That's a bit annoying. But whatever, I'll do it. So that's the data taken from the hood loop widget and applies to relevant text boxes, etc. And this one finds the health bar in the widget to health component, so it reduces receive damage without having to be explicitly told. Where was I? Online traces. We didn't do currency, but we can quickly do currency. Checks if the amount requested for the currency requested is check currency amount, checks if the currency is available. Modify currency. Finds if specified currency exists and increases or reduces based off value entered in the request. Dates the relevant widgets with the total. God, that's bad. Marker off my head. Currency exists. There we go. Fixed it, Mark. Don't tell me off. Line traces should be done. Yeah. Party switcher. I've been avoiding this one because it's a pain. We do need to build extra functionality in here, so we've requested the slot. And here we're checking if the active party member equals the requested party member, so like you can't swap from 1 to 1. Stops swapping to the same character. We slot 1 to slot 1. And then this checks that we're not so this one can be duplicate, invalid, slot requested. Yes, active party length and checks if slot requested is longer, i.e. 3 characters, party, but requesting the swap to slot 4. And then this one's a pain. We need to check if they are dead, and that's what I haven't added. So we can get active party, get a copy, get active party index, then get component by class. This will be health. Then get dead, branch, and that makes it false. And if it's false, they can swap. Print string. Then if not, it'd be like requested party member is dead. Just test that quickly.
Very good.
Come at me, bro. Taking damage, dead. Swap to Karimari. Press to 1, and I swap back. Why the fuck?
Decision.
It's because I'm not the active party member anymore. Oh, shit. Okay, no, it's swap to slot instead. Swap to slot.
Excellent.
Swap to Kalimari. Try and swap back to 1. Doesn't let me. Beautiful. Now we're back to Gideon.
Oh yes, good.
Can't swap to 2 or 1. Sweet. But there was a problem. And that problem is, where's our death event? Here is we're not doing this. To swap the screens. Because like floor fire,
Wise decision.
and it wasn't swapping before. So there we are with our lightning ball. Press 1, press 3.
Very good.
This should swap us to 2, but it swapped us to 1. That's kind of what I expected it to do. Party switcher. Request swap. Okay. Ooh, how do I handle that? What I have to do is just change this a minute. So, active party. We request swap when we died. That's fine. So we've been able to stop ourselves swapping to a new character by getting this. We can just do a for each loop. That'll work. For each loop on the active party. And get component by class on this. Health. Get dead. And if we are dead, then we carry on. And if we're not dead, we break. So it's just going to be a for each loop, we break. For each loop. What am I making? So we did a big 6-hour tutorial, and I'm just going through it and commenting it so I can put it on Fab and chuck it on our YouTube members. It was like a big Genshin Impact
I like that.
type tutorial.
Dinner's gonna be ready.
Okay. And it enabled you to like roll new characters and change your
Excellent.
characters and unlock different characters and do a whole
Wise
setup.
decision.
So we're just fixing some of the issues that I've found since then and commenting out all the code. Mate, yeah. I'm gonzo, mate. The dinner's been cooked. I can smell it. So I'm outie. I appreciate all you sticking around. Hopefully this has been fun for you. I know a lot of it's been staring at progress bars, so apologies. But life of a game dev, man. Commenting code and improving it as we go. So yeah, man. I appreciate you. I'll catch you in the next one.